do you feel like pay what you can services are actually good for business? Are they good for the community? Is it something that you think more people should be doing? Like, what's your views on paying what you can?
What's the pay what you can service?
So let's just say, we come to Pengate, and you're like, look, come down, pay what you can for the tickets.
Well, like whatever you can.
Yes. So say your normal thing would be £30, but you're giving the opportunity for people who maybe don't have £30. They'll pay 5. They'll pay.
Is there a minimum set? Someone can come and say, all I got is 50 pence and come and get it.
Some don't do minimum. Some have minimum, some don't.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what the service.
Okay.
So for example, like I've got a friend who does like fitness sessions and stuff, and he does that, but all the money gets donated to charity.
Ah, okay.
So because I guess it's a charitable event, I feel like people are more inclined to be a bit more generous because the money's going to charity. I think the only problem with the pay what you can service is people that will take the mick. Do you get what I mean? Who clearly can afford to pay the actual price, but do you know what I mean?
What is clearly can afford though?
I've
Because let's just say like,
okay,
Yeah,
let's say tickets are £30, yeah. I can pay the £30. But if you're giving me the option to not pay the £30,
yeah.
I'm gonna not pay the £30.
But is that being able to afford? Because let's just say there's a book or an event that's £30.
Yeah.
If it's £30, I wouldn't go. But let's just say if I could pay £15, I would go.
But you can afford to pay the £30 though.
Yeah, but I would keep it. If like me going to the event would depend on me giving up my £30. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that because I can afford it. Am I prepared to part with it?
What does affording it mean? Having the £30 to pay for the event doesn't mean you can afford it. In certain circumstances. Like physically having £30 to pay for that ticket, that's fine.
Fair, but I
if
mean-
you've got other things that are more important, that money to go and you can't afford this.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's people who can afford to pay the £30 who won't pay the £30.
I think
Yeah,
Jim
yeah.
was talking about disposable, not your last £30 in your bank account.
Yeah, I'm not
Use
expecting you
tickets.
to use your last amount.
Yeah.
I don't think that way anyway. So I'm not a person who, I've got £50, I'm gonna spend £45. That's not being able to afford it. Do you get what I mean? I'm talking more the people who can afford the £30. Like you can buy
Yeah, I
several,
know.
but you don't see the value in it. Do you get what I mean?
But
Prime
there's-
example,
you're-
yeah. People who, because everybody has like what they prioritize or what they value, right? So some people see value in spending loads of money on hair and beauty. A girl can spend £500 on a wig because for her it's worth the investment. But then get her to pay for something. Did you look shocked at the price of a wig? Oh,
That's cheap as well.
Let's not talk about hair.
£500
100%.
cheap.
For good quality. Some wigs, anyway, another conversation for another day. But you might offer somebody.
He's looking at you.
I'm not talking about me.
Yeah, but answer the question.
All in all, to get like the hair and to get it put on my head cost me just under 500. Yeah. But this isn't even top of the range hair. If I and that was because I just couldn't part with the
You're
money.
wearing
You should have
hand-me-downs.
said you got the plug.
Big Gina.
What's hand-me-downs? It's not hand-me-downs. It's the... No, I'm not doing it. Do you know what? New age.
He's a moan about me spending money on trainers. This is what they're doing.
But my point is... I will never moan at you for spending money on trainers. You know I can't. I cannot. I'm not the person to moan at you for spending... But that's my point, right? I can spend... Even gym wear. Let's put that into perspective. I can spend... Gymshark, yeah, is... I'd say... I won't say it's expensive, but for some people it's relatively expensive. I understand you can't get over the hair because
It
you keep
looks
staring at it.
pristine though. So
And let me explain to you what it is.
what do you
So,
get for hire?
the quality? This hair is not bad quality, but I have other wigs that are elite.
Now we were to tell
I have spent more money on. But right now,
Would he be able
bearing
to
in
tell? Would
mind-
he be able to
Yeah, tell
tell?
the difference.
no, but bearing in mind how much I've spent already on the wedding and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like, not now.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about that.
Sorry, we're having a co-
He's saying if there's Mark's basically said
If Brent couldn't tell the difference, then what's the point in spending the money?
Because it's not
It's not
about
about them,
Brent.
it's about her.
It's about me, and also like in terms of good quality hair. Yeah, it's about how long it lasts for. Like, there's a lot of things that go into it. So I would rather spend money on top quality hair that will last me a very, very, very long time that I can reuse. Do you get what I mean?
It's the same as like clothes and like for you. If you whatever your vice is, isn't it? People got cars, people got clothes, people have different things that they want to spend their money on. So it's just I get it.
No, I hear that.
But I think
See what we did there.
to add to the point that Gina was saying, what I think you were gonna say is that people spend all that money on that, but then when it comes to actually paying for a service, they're mad stingy.
Yeah, that's. You know what it is, yeah? With that, like you're saying, with that kind of thing, when you give people the option to cut corners and to get things cheaper, they're always going to take it, whether they can afford it or not. You know what I'm trying to say?
And that was the point I was making.
Yeah.
though. That's what I was saying. It's not a case of like I said, if I can spend the £30, it's like even like discounts and stuff. You're gonna want the cheaper option just because you can. Do you get what I mean? You're giving me the option to pay less for the same thing. I'm not gonna. I'm going to pay. Do you know what I mean? Because you've given me the option to.
So you think overall it's bad for business?
It depends on what your goals are. Because if you're doing this as a give back, do you know what I mean? I think it just depends on you and what your goal is and who you're trying to serve and service. And
So are there things that you overpay for?
Yeah, normal
Loads.
basic big companies, and I feel like that what Gina's saying relates to my auntie Kemi. When they hear her prices, and this is to do with health, it's to do with the betterment of your child, and the birth and everything, they're still going, "Oh, is that how much it is?"
No, but I'm saying, are there things that you would overpay for? Something that you know costs £20 and you're saying, here, take 30.
Yeah, if it's a small business, and maybe you know the person, you got a good rapport with them, or even you got a relationship with them, you might want to pattern up.
I
You
feel
might
like if
wanna
you've got a
support
relationship with them
proper.
or you know the person, that kind of
Nah, see, that's the issue. I don't like
Would you
that.
overpay something for a stranger? Or could a stranger provide a service or do something? Well, not maybe provide a service, because that's kind of like tipping, innit? If someone
that's
provides a
what I
good
was about to say.
service and you're super happy with it, I suppose I could see why you might overpay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? That, like I said, that's like tipping. But in what circumstances would you...
Depends on what it depends on how good the service is, or what quality, or how good and what value you see that service bringing you. So if you, for example, if you go to Gina's event, yeah, and it's a pay what you want, I would like to think that a lot of them would want to pay the actual amount because they see the work that she's doing and they want to. What's up?
No, I was just thinking. So if you've got like a pay what you can service, pay what you can, but you could overpay in it in that same service. So do you reckon do people do that, or would they just always?
Yeah, I think some people do actually. Some people do.
What's the ratio?
I don't
You say you ain't got the numbers right there.
Nah, not
'Cause
at all.
I know my mother-in-law is a DJ, so I know how punters are. I remember, I'm sure you're dealing with the same thing. Like people always got something to complain about.
oh, 100%.
Always.
But that's the thing, and I think from doing events, I rate and I have to respect. I remember when I messaged Hazel because I was like, how have you done this for like 12 years? I said, because I'm ready to pull out my hair. I said, and it's not even been a year. And I was like, and I guess for me, it's because I'm dealing with our community specifically. Do you get what I mean? So I'm like, how have you been able to like stay sane and service everyone and do it from like a place of being calm? I was like, because I'm finding it quite frustrating because everyone has an opinion and everybody has something to say, and you can't please everybody, right? And I think a lot of people don't actually understand the energy and effort and what it takes to put on such events. And from the outside looking in, you like, I remember I saw a tweet when Recess announced they were doing their thing in what they did the other day, Recess Land thing. Oh, yeah. And someone sat there and tried to do like the breakdown of what they believe it would cost for them to put on that event and how much they sold tickets for, so how much profit they believed that they were making. And it made me laugh because I was like, there's so much stuff you actually don't understand goes behind the scenes in terms of cost and stuff. So don't go on the internet and say how much roughly does it cost to hire out this venue and take that price and think that's what it costs, because there's production, there's sound. Like
There's a lot of time when people do events, especially when you're brand building and trying to build something up. There'll be a lot of times where people be putting on events and they ain't even made no money.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm people. 'Cause
100%.
you look on the outside. I remember my first event and some random guy DM'd me and was like, rah. So what? When I'm thinking about it, yeah, a person I don't know, by the way, was like, oh, so what? That venue probably cost you this, and you told tickets for this.
Yeah,
Bruh,
they start doing head counts.
penny pinching, money, penny, whatever.
Pocket watching.
And he was like, oh, sis, you must have made about 30 bags and da-da-da-da-da. What are you saying? The way I just deleted and blocked, I thought, do you know?
And that's the whole point of it, because it don't really matter. At the end of the day, if you're going to go again and you put on a good event, you can make the money back on the next time.
It's a long-term game, innit? And it's an investment.
It's an investment in yourself, and it's marketing and that, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? That. So there's times when you can put it on, even if you break even or run it at L, it's serving a purpose. You're going to go again, you're going to get it right, you're going to move more tickets and more. But there'll be bare times when you're not.
Yeah.
But everyone looks from the outside in. But I feel like it's an hour thing though, because I don't. And again, I can't talk about other communities because I'm not in those spaces, right? But I'm just like, why do you not sit there and get your pen and paper and your?
I've done that at bare times. I went to my brethren. Do you know how many free shots concerts I've gone to? Looked around and took my calculator. I said,
nah, man.
God damn.
But it's not
and
real.
I do events. I know the game, like, but I still do the same shit. And it's fucked up because I do the same shit that I moan to people about. People everybody wants guest lists. You get what I'm trying to say?
Ask you that.
Everybody wants guest
hear
lists.
it.
No one wants to rest the tear, but I do that. You know what I'm trying to say?
how do you
When,
deal
like,
with
with
that?
my brothers, like when I'm going to R&B, I don't go on the website and buy my ticket.
Yeah.
I phone Taser and say, "Come on, Kelly."
But you said friend though. How do you deal with like randomers trying to like beg friend and then going, oh, can I get a discount? Oh, I know so and so. I know your sister. I know da da da.
That's nice.
Yeah, I just think you know, it is. I mean, I go through moods. If you catch me in a good mood,
Really?
yeah. If you catch me on the right day, I don't mind. I'll put you on. If not, I
people
don't
when
want
they
to
do
do
it, I
it.
get jarred just for them. Like, what do you
And
not-
it's
what do you
mad
mean
because
you
there's
want
certain
a
people. Like, I would say that. Even say that with the post that I done talking about people always ask me for things like rare, yeah. But then even after that post, it's fucked up because even after that post, there's certain people that hit me up saying, "Yo, brother, man, come man, I'm gonna rare," and I'm like, bro, it's you, man. Like I wasn't talking about you. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's still mixed
but-
messages.
but
It's
you
like
know what
they're saying they're gonna come and pay the money, and I'm saying that message weren't for you're different.
No, but can
bro.
I be honest? I'm accepting your money though, 100%. No, do you know why? Because I see it as if you. I love my friends who actually just buy tickets. My cousin, yeah, like my mum and her mum are sisters. Blood. Do you know what I mean? This isn't a Ghanaian cousins thing. We're actually related, yeah. Every time I've done an event, and for me, there's no way I'm expecting you to pay. She buys her ticket. She don't even mess like. She literally will be like, "Got my ticket," and I'm like, like I'm easily gonna put you on. She's like, no, like I know how hard you work. Like I've watched you grow up. The least I can do is come and pull up and support. And half the time she don't even come. That's what makes me laugh. Like she'll be like, sis, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling it today. And she's paid for a ticket, and it's like I respect that. Do you get what I mean? But in my head, I would never expect you to pay. Like I'm always gonna put you on guest list. There's certain people that I will put on guest list regardless, right? And it means the world to me that you actually pay. Do you get what I mean? Because you understand that this is a job for me. It's work, regardless of whether you know me or not. Do you get what I mean? And I love that support. But at the same time, I would put you on guest list. But
Actually,
I'm not
people how I
gonna
like to be treated, man. And so there's certain people I'm not going to accept the money from. Guest list is important to build it up, to having people there and having people to support you and stuff like that. I feel like it's important. And that's just because when the shoes on the other foot, I know that I use guest lists. I appreciate them. You know what I'm trying to say? That so it works both ways. If I have that expectation to, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't know. It's different because not paying is not supporting. If that makes sense.
Say that again.
Not paying is not supporting. Like you saying like. You thinking, oh, I want to support you, I want to pay, but just because you didn't pay and you came for free and I guess that doesn't mean you ain't supporting me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're not supporting me when you're coming and you're being there and you're bringing the vibe and you're sharing on your socials and sometimes just the association. You know what I'm trying to say? That there's different people got different reputations and stuff, and just you being associated with what I'm doing is massive for me.
But is that dependent on someone being a regular Joe or someone being influential? Like where's the line then? Because I'm assuming you can't just get any rando hitting you up being like, oh, let me be guest list, because some have to pay their part. If you're getting a mutual, I'm assuming with you it's a mutual respect thing. Like if you go to theirs and they go to yours, both backs are being scratched.
Yeah, but there's some people that might do like I might notice someone that just supports everything that I do.
That's different.
And they're random though. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay,
but if I
that's
notice the
different.
support like across the board, like just yeah, man, take it. Yeah, take it.
Do you know what? Sorry, Brian's made a very valid point here, and Brian says your guest list always mean free. And you know what? For my event, I have friends and family, so I have guest list, and then I have like a even cheaper ticket for like my people. Them, do you get what I mean? So you can, do you know what I mean? So like, there's ways around it because ultimately, like I said, yeah, from the outside looking in, you might look at it and think, oh, you know, like you're above float. These times I'm drowning. So I need all the support I can get. Do you get what I mean? So to show that, it's like, okay, you know, I've got a friends and family discounted ticket. So
People don't even care. Remember the 4 pen game ones that I done at the Box Park at Croydon. People seeing the events and talk about, yeah, you're killing it. I'm saying, hey, you're not reading the letters on the tin. This is a free event. I spend money here. Like, this cost me to put on. I don't understand what you are talking about. Killing what? Where these funds you're talking about generating from? Like, what? You are gone mad. But they don't even care. They just see crowds and glitz and glamour and just start doing maths and say, yeah.
I think it's that lack of understanding that people don't. 'Cause if they actually watched you lot set up the event, set up the emails, going to the meetings, doing the insurance part of it, all the paperwork, they just don't see all that. They just see the end goal and be like, it's easy, I can do that.
Events
I'm not
are
gonna support
tough,
it, bruv.
bro.
It's mad.
Tough, bro.
It's mad.
it's not fun.
Yeah, tough.
I don't know how you lot do it. I see you lot and my mother-in-law, I see people I know, I'm like, nah, I would never do that. The constant calls, the changes, someone hit you up, oh, is this happening? It's constant. It's you have to adapt every single day. And it's like, I
Do
can't
you know what I
that.
think is worse for me? Yeah, because my event, so mine is annoying and doesn't make sense from a numbers perspective. Yeah, because I'm always capped. Because remember, mine's a physical event, so space is an issue.
Yeah.
So if I have a venue that has 1,500, if the venue's capacity is 1,500, I can't sell 1,500 tickets. So I'm always limited to potential earnings of what I can make. And then when I go for the bigger spaces, it's even worse because the price tag that comes with that premium is insane because the venue is going to base it on the full capacity, but I'm never going to have that full capacity in there. And then because of all the stuff that I need in terms of production, it's cheaper to go for a venue that's kind of already set as opposed to a blank space and building everything yourself. Because you see, again, I didn't know this. I didn't know how expensive production was in terms of building a stage, having a screen, sound, mics. And again, because I'm moving,
Don't know how much them screens cost.
because I'm moving, I
And
need
you got to pay man to run it and thing as
I
well.
need a PTZ operator to follow. Like, and you know, in your head, yeah, you think these things are standard. When they're like, no, we got to hire someone in to come and sit on that camera and follow you as you move. I'm thinking, huh? Like, isn't that all, you know what I mean? But again, these are all things that you have to factor in. So production, more time is more expensive than the actual venue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it makes sense to go for venues that kind of have everything all built in. But then a lot of them in London, they're not big enough for what I'm trying to do. So I have to reduce. It's just crazy. And because
Summertime,
again,
can't you go in a park?
do you know what?
weather
Because
dependent,
because
innit?
it's
Weather
summertime,
dependent, that's the
I
thing.
did really want to do something, but we live in England, and I'm so sorry, but this year is looking like the absolute ghetto. in
Apparently, it's
terms
the
of,
rainiest June we're going to have since like 19 something.
so I'm like, I didn't want to risk it because that alone is, you know what I mean. And then if I want to get a marquee or something, cost everything
everything.
is money in it. So
And especially liability wise, if anything goes wrong, it all falls on you. If you haven't, you know what I mean, dot your I's and cross your T's.
With all the effort that goes into this, yeah, do you feel like pay what you can services are worth it then?
not for me. I'm sorry. It's not for me in my household right now. I'm so sorry. No, not right now. If I got to a place where it was, I've got no issues with giving back and stuff and making it more accessible for everyone. But just right now,
No.
in this life, have money.
I don't.
Because if I have, then that stuff's mine now.
Yeah, I couldn't see no pay what you can service making sense because I would need to put like a minimum, and then that's not pay what you can. That's still I might as well just set the price at the if you know what I'm trying to say. For me personally, I don't know what I could be doing where that's gonna make sense, and people are always just gonna take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I was like selling food to like homeless people or something.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like a part you're missing is that the girl, or the lady, sorry, was providing a service that could benefit everyone. And she knew that she had a price tag, she could sell her service, but she also knew that there were people that existed or people that exist that can't afford her service, so she done the pay what you can. But I think on the video that Iman sent me was, there were people, I'm assuming her actual clients were saying to her, you're too good for this. because I feel like people are paying her, well, undervaluing her service. So you're probably right. There isn't something you can give that's necessarily charitable. But I feel like in instances where you are maybe like independent midwifery, or she was giving out hair advice, that in those kind of situations, yeah, where it's charitable, maybe you would. But she was.
If it's like a charity or something, I don't know, government funded, or she's got sponsorship, there's someone there that's paying something to subsidize to make up the difference for your losses, then fine, because I understand doing good work, but eventually you're just going to run your business to the ground if you're just running at a loss. If people are just under, like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, he's trying to do a good deed, I hear that, but to what end though?
Yeah.
But for the community is what she was saying. She
Yeah,
was
but
saying-
eventually, it won't, if because I don't know, so we're speaking to people, we don't know what they're paying typically for stuff and all that, but if you just go worst case scenario, sometimes it's how sustainable is it?
Remember, that was just for a period. That was just to, you know, like she said in the video, just to open it up and make it more accessible to certain people. But like I was saying before, can it also benefit your business as well? Because look, you had Pen Game going for long, right? And it's just free. What if you just said pay what you can? So instead of getting 0, you may get something. Is it much different?
In that sense, I could have done it because I was prepared to give them away for free.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I got £1 for a ticket, anything I get is a bonus, isn't it? But that's because I was prepared. That's because I was prepared to give it away for free.
Yeah.
When I'm not prepared to give it away for free, and I'm taking in all my calculations and everything into consideration, I need to take my mark.
Yep.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Do you feel like if you guys were to do it, so Ginny, you said no, yeah? But if you were to do it, let's just say you were to do it in a month's time, do you feel like the
Amen.
quality of the service will dip?
No. The reason why it won't is because I'm very big on my brand and what I stand for.
Okay.
So if I'm going to do something for free, basically, if I'm doing that, it's because I'm prepared to give it away for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that shouldn't mean that the standard should drop, because then if that's the case, I shouldn't bother doing it. Do you get what I mean?
But someone could argue that it would be understandable. So like the freebies
I
you
think
give away.
okay, so I think the standard per se wouldn't drop, but your experience would be different.
Okay.
So my offering would probably be different, if you get what I mean. So yeah, maybe you won't get a goodie bag.
If I'd done tickets like that and I said, "Oh yeah, pay what you can," what's the chances that most people are just going to buy the tickets for like £1 or something?
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Especially our people.
And even
'Cause
though
I am people.
even though if I was gonna give it away for free, so the pound's still better than nothing. But still, it's like, come on, man, like, what are we doing there? Like, and ain't that human nature? Ain't that what most people are gonna do? Just go and just say, all right, cool, £1, there you go.
But there's nothing wrong with that at the same time, because you've given them the options. You got what I mean? But like, we're always gonna. That's what I said. Like, if you give me the option, it's like giving me a discount code, yeah, and allowing me to get money off an item and paying full price. I'm obviously going to pick the discounted price, the discounted offer. Do you know what I mean? Because why wouldn't I? Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess it's more so how you value your skills and your expertise for the person giving the service, I mean. But the charitable thing would have to be chalked down to that. But is that the fact that you lot see most people would want to pay nothing or pay the very minimum, is that a reflection on the community in any way?
It's just life. It's probably just projecting. It's reflecting on yourself and what you on
That's why
what
I said
thinking of what I would
that's
do.
why I
innit?
said I am people. I'm very on. Like, I can take accountability and be like, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. So I don't expect, and I'm not here moaning about it. That's just why I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
There's no point in complaining about it, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, we need to change and phooey. Because
So all you guys, yeah, would you be the ones who basically would take advantage of that, pay less? You guys pretty much said it. Or would you pay a bit more? Especially if it's a place that you go to. So let's just say it was, I don't know, we go to every Gina event, you know what I'm saying? Like every Pen Game and whatever it may be, yeah. And you recognize that this particular time, it's going to be pay what you can. As somebody who pays to go to these events, so like you said, your cousin, she still pays, right? Do you think she will pay the same amount as before? Do you think she'll pay less? Do you think she'll pay more?
because she's family, I think she'd still maintain that level of, do you know what I mean, support, because she doesn't have to pay.
Yeah.
She can easily come for free, and she knows this. But she chooses to pay.
Okay.
So I can't see it being any different. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she's making that choice to pay, knowing that she can come for free.
And
So,
I was just gonna say, and what would you do? So now you're going to an event. Same thing. You're in your cousin's position. You go there all the time.
If
you
I'm
pay.
in my cousin's position, I'd maintain the same energy.
Okay, cool.
It's just like it would just basically be like a form of tipping. Like I'm saying, depending on how happy you are with the service that they provide. If I've got a restaurant and it's my favorite restaurant, and every time I go there, like I'm literally just so happy, content, impressed with this food. And then one day you go there and they've got a thing going on that's pay what you can. And if you go there and then you consume that and it's still the same feeling, probably even better if it's even more, you might say, you know what, like if that plate's £10, here's 15 today. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? This is sick. You know what I'm trying to say? But like I'm saying, it's just probably just like a form of tipping.
Yeah.
We don't really tip. We ain't got a tipping culture like that
no.
over here anyway. So that's probably the kind of things the kind of incentives that you might have to run.